Hey everyone, James Reeves with TFBTV. Thanks for tuning in to TFBTV Gunfest 2021. We're bringing you new releases for 2021 from your favorite manufacturers. I am in heaven here at B&T USA. We are not in Switzerland. I'm here with my buddies John and Mike. You guys remember John. He's been on TFBTV before. You guys are going to tell us about your new suppressor offerings for 2021. Go ahead, hit me with it.
James, I don't know if you know this about B&T, but B&T globally is the largest supplier of military and law enforcement suppressors. Do many OEM contracts with HK, well-known, CZ, Glock, FN, you name it, and we've helped them provide military and law enforcement contracts all over the world.
I want to feign surprise right now, but I was actually surprised when you told me that, like right before we started rolling. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, the history of B&T starts with suppressors, and very rich history. So this year, we're ready to really get serious about the suppressor business here in the U.S. Just really introduce everybody to what a great suppressor B&T makes.
Are you guys going to have new cans, or is it just you're importing stuff or making stuff? Like, I mean, what's going on?
So you know that for a commercial, suppressors cannot be imported, so they all have to be made here in the United States, but with this up to the same spec, same materials as what's offered in Switzerland. New for this year, of course, is a whole new line of rifle suppressors, as well as pistol caliber handgun suppressors. So basically the whole line you see in Switzerland is pretty much available here now in the U.S. too.
These are the latest models. You know, a lot of people go look at the Swiss website and see all these, multiple different types of cans. These are the most advanced models out there, so we're going to make those here. So why make the old stuff when we can make the new stuff?
Well, walk me through them one by one if you don't mind.
We'll start at that end.
Yeah.
This is the jet suppressor. You notice how light it is. It's a wipe suppressor, 9mm and 32 auto. It's actually light enough where you can thread it on a semi-auto pistol and not need a booster.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it feels. I mean, what is this, like 5 ounces? Something like
yeah,
that?
it's light.
Titanium or
Nope.
or is it
Aluminum? No, polymer baffles.
You're kidding
with
me.
wipes. Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No, that's why it's so light.
Is it? I mean, does it work?
Yes. Yeah.
Dumb question. I mean, I know like a Coke bottle will
Yeah.
work one time. If you want it to. What's the life
it,
like? I mean, if I buy this, what do I need to know?
It's typical wipe suppressor. It's going to have a service life, and wipes will need to be replaced based on how many rounds you shoot through it. But when I say these are new cans or new suppressors, I keep using the word cans, new suppressors, they're new for over here. They've already been tested and in production over in Europe already. So yes, it's new here, but that's I don't know how many years that's been in production, but it's been a while. You're poking a hole in each wipe every time you shoot it.
Sure.
So once it starts getting loud enough, you replace the wipes. So,
okay.
Typically you'll start hearing a difference, 15, 20 rounds. It'll get a little bit louder, but as you saw earlier today in some of the filming, we shot a wipe suppressor. We pushed 40 rounds through it easily, and you didn't hear any difference. So.
Right. Are you guys going to sell the wipes as like a pack? How many are there in here? Sell me one, because I actually kind of want one. So, but sell me on it. It's like, okay, I'm going to buy this and I'm going to get 50 rounds through it, and then I got to change out the wipes.
We will have wipes available either through here or also the dealer network. So it'll become as a pack. We are just going to sell you something and say, okay, you're on your own.
Yeah,
and no, we're obviously going to support it.
How much is this going to cost, and when does it come out?
Blanketly, all of these new suppressors will be delivery Q2 of this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, because everything's so new, we're still working on the actual MSRP. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you that across the line, we are going to be very price competitive with existing domestic manufacturers. You'll be surprised.
And maybe you went over it already, but I'm just curious, like if I do buy this, where do I find the wipes to replace it myself?
they'll be widely available through the dealer network. So if you're buying the suppressor from them, you'll be able to buy the wipes from them too.
This is so unusual, and it's such a cool thing. I'm sorry, I have so many questions about it, but it's just I want to know.
It's the first one you got to pace yourself. Just realize that.
I know, right? Yeah, let's go to the next one. Let's move. We got quite a bit of distance to cover here.
This is the latest variant of the Impulse 2 suppressor, pistol suppressor. This is the compact version, the full-size version's right there. We make Impulse lineup suppressors for pretty much every major manufacturer pistol on the market. They're pistol specific, i.e. the boosters are changeable and tailored toward the gun. So not saying they won't work on other things, but if you buy one for, let's say, a Glock, it will have a Glock booster in there where it's guaranteed, it's been tested to work with a Glock. Same with a HK, same with a CZ, FN, all of that. So, and that's the major difference when they're, especially suppressors for any kind of mill contract, they want it to work on, we want a suppressor for this gun,
and you want to make it
works 100% of the time. Right. It's not a generalistic thing, it's a specific thing.
That's actually really neat. But theoretically, if I bought one and it came with a Glock booster, if I dropped it on my P320, it's probably going to work just fine.
It probably will, but again, to military specifications every time, maybe not, but for commercial use, it probably will. But again, the boosters will be available where you can change it out at, again, a very competitive price.
Tell me about this. What is this, aluminum body Inconel baffles? Or
aluminum baffles. You really don't need Inconel until you start getting up to the rifle calibers because of the heat, the high pressures and heat involved. So really, yeah, you could, but why the extra cost, the extra weight? You don't need it.
Right, and if I buy this, again, I know you kind of generally say everything is, we're working on pricing, but I've got to ask, do you have anything for the Impulse yet, pricing-wise, or for the boosters?
Not yet, but it will be very competitively priced with other pistol suppressors.
All right, Mike, let's move to the next one. Let's cover more ground. Are these both the same as well?
Yep.
I see we got a little tri-lug mount on these.
These are submachine gun cans.
Okay, I figured.
This is the latest variation of it. You notice they're, I don't have the old ones up here, but they're a little bit wider in diameter.
Sure.
More internal volume.
Also
a little
volume.
shorter.
Sure.
So, you play with the volume game. Tri-lug is the RQD system. Ratchet Quick Disconnect.
Right.
Everybody's got to have the acronym there. But it's an improvement over our old Tri-lug system. So it is quicker. It goes on any standard properly spec Tri-lug.
Okay.
And this is the full size, and you're holding the compact. We're still in pistol calibers, so you don't need to go, weld an Inconel or any fancy space age materials like that. Again, aluminum body, aluminum baffles.
I assume since these are submachine gun suppressors, they're going to be full auto rated.
Yes.
What kind of durability can I expect out of one of these? I mean, should I be worried about aluminum baffles?
Not in a pistol caliber, no.
Okay. No. All right. Let's move on to the next one. This one's kind of unusual. There it goes, just like Don Rose.
Yep.
That's going to make it in the video. That's going to be in the video. All right, let's move on to this one, Mike. What do we got?
It's the M.A.R.S. This is what we came up with for the Marine Corps. We went back a few years back when they had their suppressor trials that I think they ended up canceling the trials in general. But this is, we made it to their, to meet that requirement. M.A.R.S, Miniature Assault Rifle Suppressor. Again, nice acronym. And you'll notice, again, now we've stepped up to Inconel and welding because it's rifle caliber, rifle pressures. The unique thing about this is these vents on the outside, they're there for flash suppression. So really, it's signature reduction is what they're after. They don't want to see, no muzzle flash, no exit, and that helps to mitigate that.
I figured as much.
Yep.
And what type of attachment are we looking at?
It's proprietary. So your basic ratchet. Yep.
There we go.
Yep. That way we don't lose it. Basic ratchet.
Smart.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And again, cost, we don't know, availability.
It'll be competitive. Availability is all the same, but yep.
It's $1,000 MSRP.
Okay. All right. There we go. See.
All right. See.
Yes.
Yep.
See how we got. Thanks, John. Swooping in, saving the day. We got a price on one. Okay. That is competitive. Next one.
This is the latest version of the Rotex, the Rotex 10. The Rotex series are I don't want to say standard issue across Europe for military, but pretty dang close. And so this is just the latest variant of that. And this muzzle adapter fits on any A2 standard spec birdcage flash hider.
Oh, You're kidding me. So I can pop this on. I've got an A2. I can just pop this
Yep.
thing on there.
As long as it's a spec A2,
Sure.
it'll go right
obviously.
on.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
there are a lot of non-spec A2s out there.
That's brilliant.
But yeah, so you don't need to buy an extra muzzle adapter. It just drops right on.
Okay, and then this one's going to be available in what, like 223, 300 blackout? What do you guys
Right
do?
now, this is a 5.56, but we will have it in 7.62 and 5.56 initially.
Okay,
So,
great. What variations is this going to come in other than caliber?
compact and full size. That there's
Yeah, this is pretty compact.
Yeah, that's compact. The full size is maybe another inch longer. So
What type of performance am I going to expect out of this thing? I mean, it's pretty small.
the compact, we don't really dive into the what's your cans rated for
Oh, it's
decibel wise.
bullshit
No,
anyways.
it's,
Yeah, I mean, it's,
we can say all of them are they're hearing safe, meaning
Yeah,
less
sure.
than 140. So
Okay.
there's too many other factors to involve to play that game.
And your B&T, for God's sake. I
Yeah,
mean, it's going to
yeah,
work.
yeah.
All right, and we have a lightsaber. This is really cool. I didn't know you guys made lightsabers.
This is the latest Rotex RBS,
Okay.
reduced back pressure,
You
i.e.
guys
flow
love
through.
the shit out of acronyms. You just
Yes,
love them.
yes. I don't make them up. I just repeat them. Very compact. It is the our flow-through design. So less back pressure. All the benefits of a flow-through design from B&T.
Okay.
And again, this is new over here. It's not necessarily it's been in production at the home front for a while now. So
Yeah, this is pretty robust. I
Yep.
mean, it's this is a dense
Yep.
can.
Again,
This
right.
one's 7.62 rated.
7.62 rated. 5.56 version. It's literally the same. Just the exit diameter smaller.
And this one is going to pop on an A2. but,
Exactly. Yep.
But I mean, and this is a dumb question because I've never had to think of this. Is an A2 for an AR-10 the same spec as an A2 for a 5.56? In other words, the outside
it should
diameter?
be, yes. Yep.
Okay, so this
The thread pattern's different, outside diameter. If it's spec, should be the same.
theoretically, if I'm like, look, I can afford one B&T can, could I just buy this one in 7.62 and just run it on my AR-15,
Yep.
M16,
Yeah,
300
as long as you
blackout?
follow the golden rule, as long as the hole is
Obviously,
bigger
yeah.
than the round, you're
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
The
yeah,
hole's
yeah.
bigger than
Yeah.
the round. Yeah, the golden rule. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, this would be like if I was
Yeah,
going to buy
if
one
you wanted to
can,
spin one tax
rifle,
stamp, that would be
this,
it.
This
Yep.
would be it. And what's this one going to run? I know, again. John, are you going to save us?
He's going to save us again.
$1,100 MSRP.
For the 308?
Yes, for the
Okay,
308.
yeah. Well, that actually does sound like your best buy then, so to speak.
Along with standard A2 compatibility, we do offer a line of muzzle devices, muzzle brakes, flash hiders that will index off.
Are those going to roll out at the same time as these cans?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I hate to ask this, and I hope it doesn't come off as rude, but there's a crowded market out there right now with suppressor cans, and you guys are just getting into it in the United States.
Sure.
Why would me or anyone watching, why would we buy a B&T can when there's so many other options available?
That's a great question, and B&T has a great story to tell behind that. So usually what we've seen in the U.S. commercial market for suppressors, the first question everybody asks is, how quiet is it? Right? When you turn the page over to the military and law enforcement market, the first question they ask is, how does it affect the reliability of the weapon? Because they need it to work, right? So B&T designed suppressors to function reliably under military and law enforcement conditions when the gun needs to work. How does it affect the gun? Is it hearing safe? Of course it is. How does it affect the reliability of the gun under that kind of use? And how hard is it to service? What's the service life of the can? And then at the bottom of the list is, well, how quiet is it? Is it hearing safe? Of course it is. And that rolls over to our pistol caliber suppressors for handguns too. Again, you're dealing with a moving barrel on a handgun. That handgun needs to perform to military and law enforcement reliability standards suppressed. That's why we make a pistol can for tailored to all the different specific platforms, whether it be HK, SIG, FN, right? All those different pistols. We tune that booster reliably under military and law enforcement conditions. That's what sets B&T apart from most suppressor makers.
Sure, and that was really a softball. As we all sit here today, I mean, it's like it sounded like a tough question, but I know you guys. A lot of people out there are already familiar with B&T. We know that you guys have been doing this for a long time. So, to me, I know that even though this is new to the U.S. market, this is not new ground for you guys. And in fact, I think it's really exciting that you're bringing this to the U.S. and to U.S. consumers. Frankly, long overdue. As I've mentioned before, Silencer Shop sponsored Gunfest. I think that, I mean, is it too early to say that we have maybe some exciting news that you guys might be partnering up with? Because, I mean, they're great. I mean, obviously, as a plug, but I love Silencer Shop. I've worked with those guys for a long time. The kiosks, how they run everything online. It's a pretty well-run organization. Are you guys going to potentially be doing business with them? Like, will I be able to get them, these cans from Silencer Shop?
Well, Silencer Shop does a great job, and yes, we're finally announcing a partnership with this new push in suppressors with Silencer Shop. We're excited about it. I think they're excited about it, and we're going to do great things.
Thank you guys for doing this. Thank you for showing me all these cans. Stay tuned, everyone. We're going to be bringing you more Gunfest 2021.